Good morning and welcome back to Rathlin Island, where we will try and plant the saplings today. The cows needed grass, so we are starting off with that. And I got all the saplings up to the forestry last night, and I wasn't finished until almost 8 o'clock. And I think I'm cutting too much grass here, but we will clean this area up again. Just because. Turn that off, and this one don't destroy the grass. It's too light for that. So, in you go, cutting through everything. And we have 208 liters of grass left. But that's okay. It will disappear rather shortly. And that's what we needed to do today for the cows. And that is not what we need to do. Where are our the sheep farm is over there, so it's a bit too far to go. I don't even know if I've shown you the sheep farm. I will see if we get time for that one day. We have to get into those neighborhoods as we do need to go sell the eggs one day. But now for the current work that needs to be done in the mornings. Trying to avoid the chickens. And I have to say that apple trees looks lovely here, and we will get another row later on, but not for a while yet. 5,000 a pop is not what we can afford right now. And might have been some of you thinking, why do you have the window on the back of the tractor opened? Is it the same with that with the doors? And I never showed you, did I? And it was Andy that gave me this tip. You go into the cab and you press down both the mouse buttons and then go from side to side and you can fix the door. If you turn around and do the same, press both the mouse buttons and move the mouse up and down, this will happen. I am happy to know. And it's summer. It's only 12 degrees out right now, but it will be warmer in the days. We need a bit of fresh air, I thought. So let's see if we can load up the strawberries. And today I don't think we will have to pick anything up. From the dealership more than the machine to plant the trees. So I was thinking there, I'm sorry. So I think I just let the time-lapse get running so you see my mistakes, as I know you like to, and we all do them. I'm not perfect. How much I would like to be. None of us is perfect. And that is a good thing in its own, actually, in my book. Today we will skip over the menu thingy. I think we will prioritize the sapling planting and get as much time as possible with that. So we will go over to the dealership and see if we can rent a sapling planter. I'm totally nervous about this because I have never ever done anything like it. And you say, how hard can it be? Well, it can be hard if you don't know what you're doing. But we figure it out. So let's turn around this baby. And go in and see what we can find. Hello, lady. Do you have any sapling planters? And where can it be? I haven't had a look before. So I would think it would be under forestry, so I hope it will be there. And this is plants new trees into the ground, and we need an 120 horsepower. What the I thought it was a machine in itself. I don't think I should have tested this out before, shouldn't I? Oh, I'm so hopeless. It's not that expensive. I'm afraid 88 kilowatts, 120 horsepower. And what we got is this little with 95 horsepower and 70 kilowatts. Ah! That is called bad preparations. Really bad. Why have you only 9 health? You have everything you need. Gosh. I was happy I was going to try that. Seems like we have to wait with that. I'm sorry, guys. Oh! I'm sorry about that, detractor. Let's go back and get some manure. Oh, now I feel sad. I feel sorry for myself that I haven't done my lesson before. I was totally convinced that it was a machine on its own, self-going, and not something that you had to put behind your tractor. And of course I was wrong. Oh. God, I feel stupid. I know I shouldn't, but I do. I got a headache. And that is also because of disappointment. And you can't get the weight hooked up or hitched up when you don't line up properly. I am mad at myself now. Will I get over it? Of course I will. But it will take a minute or two. It's so frustrating when you're looking forward to things and are nervous about them because you don't know enough about them and such, but still, it's that tingling feeling, I'm going to learn something new. And then it's just an anticlimax. I think that when we are ending this episode, I will have to go have an ice cream or something. Oops. To comfort myself. Oh. Rocking my baby. So, manure instead. And the saplings won't be planted until we get a new tractor. And why am I pressing E instead of R? Well, it's not that hard to do the mistake as the keys are beside each other, but still. Now you have to sit here with me and hear my sad stories and me being a bit... No, I'm not grumpy. I'm not. But I am disappointed at myself at this point. I was reading up on tractors before, and I hope you have... this is recorded before the episode where I ask about your opinion about tractors. But I have read up on some, because I was a little bit interested in the SAME, or SAME tractor. I think its engine is a bit too small. I would like to get fully upgrade of a smaller tractor, and I wanted to get up to about 240 horsepower. But what was interesting was that I found out that SAME or SAME isn't, or suspect it isn't very usual, or that it is very rare in the US, because there's only one office, so to speak, for it, whilst there are a lot in Europe, but not in the Scandinavians, where I live. No, I'm hopeless today. Totally. It's manufactured or started being manufactured in the north of Italy in 1942. But the company that makes it started in 1927 by the, let's see, the Cassini brothers. So the first tractor they made was called Cassini, and lack of better imagination. And after they actually incorporated other tractors into their company that is called SDF, and I couldn't really find out what SDF stands for, but they got under their hood, so to speak, Deutz-Fahr, Lamborghini, Hurlimann, and a French tractor called Gregoire. And I never heard about that, but you probably have. I am not good with tractors and stuff. I only drive them. I don't know much about them. And they also got production in India and China, and they are in control of those companies, if I understood it correctly. But they have production, and I will probably miss out something, but Turkey, Croatia, Italy, France, and where was it more? There was at least one country there, and more. But they have offices also in the Netherlands, Poland, Hungary, Spain, Portugal. So it's big in Europe, somewhere. And the others, other tractors. I know we got Deutz-Fahr here in Sweden. I've seen a couple of them. I can't say that I have seen a Same. I think I might have, but I am not totally convinced. But Deutz-Fahr I've seen. I've never seen a Lamborghini here. Hurlimann, no. Gregoire, absolutely not. I might have, you never know. But I don't think so. But it was interesting reading. I like to do checkups like that sometimes, now and then. And as curiosa, I can tell you that the first town I lived in, if you haven't heard it, was actually Trelleborg, or you might say Trelleborg. who produces a lot of tires. You can see the name of most tires in the game, and it's actually this the town that is most south of Sweden, if I am maybe Ystad. No, Trelleborg. And it is a very old town, and there are a Viking what shall we call it? Well, there were Vikings once upon a time, so that's how the town started. There are a defense building. I can't find a name for it, but it's actually called Trelleborg, and there are the same kind of defense in Denmark. And at the time, this very south of Sweden were Danish, and we got a lot of Viking thingies around here. So because it's a coastline all around, or most part of can you reverse, please? Most part of the southwest, all of the south, and mostly all of the southeast of Sweden. So there have been a lot of natural places for the Vikings to roam about. I got a history lesson. Not bad for a Friday, as it is recorded on a Friday. Trelleborg actually has a Viking ferry once a year. A fair. Not a oh, it's called ferry. Maybe. Or fair. Market. Viking market. Once a year, and it's over 3 days. And we have a couple of those down here in the south of Sweden every year. And they also got some in Denmark, of course. And you can mostly say that the Danish Vikings, which we belong to, did plunder and was horrible in England, and actually ruled England for a short while. The Swedish Vikings went east. It's said that a Swedish Viking called Rurik, or Rurik, actually founded Russia, because Russia is called that, it says, because the Vikings that traveled on the rivers were called Ruses, and there it became Russians, and they traveled on the rivers all down to Turkey, and were actually the main guards for the Emperor of Turkey at one time. So Vikings have been mostly everywhere. The Norwegian Vikings traveled more Icelandic, maybe the Faroe Islands. So And that was the Vikings that came to US, or maybe Canada and Newfoundland and things like that. So they might have been the real America finders. And they didn't have horn on their helmets, but they did have tattoos. So, oopsie doops, wrong buttons. History lesson of the day. I don't even know if you're interested in hearing it, but it went through my mind. So I just spoke it. So what are we going to do for the rest of the day? That will be nice to find out. I will have to take a break and think about it. Because right now I have no clue. But there are always things to do on a farm, ain't there? Or we can go to the beach and have a day off. That is also an option. Farmer Elowin has worked her butt off so far, so she is entitled to a day off or half a day off. And we do need to go clean up at the cow shed and pick up the eggs. Oh, now I know. We can go and have a look at sheep farm, and we can go and sell the eggs. That's what we do, and I might think of something else. So when we get back, we have a bit of a plan at least. Now I am laughing at myself, so I did let go of the annoyance that I couldn't go as I planned. Only took a couple of minutes. Ah! Why do I turn on the light? I was going to press G, and instead I pressed F. I have no clue to why. Like so. And we will go on from here in the next episode. So until then, have a really good one. A really, really good one. Thank you for watching. And do take care.